Going to be reinstalling this on a newer, I think it's a 2021 or 22 Specialized stump jumper. Replacing the fork. It's got a RockShox 35 and it's a Fusion Pro. Going to be replacing that with a Fox Float DPS factory. And this is a Fox 36. We got the tapered steer tube, single crown, front bracing. It's got the blow-off valves in the back here. A 110 boost, so make sure that matches your bike, matches your hub. It's going to be a 15 millimeter thickness diameter. That's going through your fork, going through your hub. For the rear shock, you definitely want to make sure that your travel is correct, or your length. You're measuring eyelet, so center of hole to center of hole. And you could do that. You can walk up to your bike as it's sitting, not compressed, not sitting on it. Or you can get your specs online. We just want to make sure that we have the correct one. We don't want to get one that's too short and either it's not going to fit, or you're hyperextending, or it's too long, and maybe you're not utilizing the shock to its full potential. Since it is Specialized, they do proprietary stuff. They got their, I'll call this a yoke, but it's like a Y. So that connects to your shock a particular way. They made it more friendly, where before you had to have a very specific shock to match this, but now they redesigned it so this can fit your standard connection of a shock. So this guy comes in, this is just going to slide out of here, and then a bolt's going to run through the top, something like that. So we want to make sure we get the correct, when this mounts to the new shock, we want to make sure we get the right torque. Maybe there's a little bit of thread locker. We don't want this coming loose on you and having to take this apart down the road. As far as your fork goes, if you're buying brand new, then your whole steer tube is going to come long. There's a standard length that comes from the factory, so you can cut it to measure your bike. So we can always leave a little bit long if you need to play with your stack height for your stem. Do you want your stem high or low? You want to give yourself a little bit of room to play with. Maybe add a few spacers like this one has here. If you're buying a used fork, make sure that they didn't cut too short and it's not going to fit your bike. So if they had a small or medium bike, they probably went very short, very low length. And then if you have a medium or large bike, your frame is going to get longer, so then you may not have enough material here, so double check that.